This is Tom Blair with InsideCoWrestling Wrestling. We're doing a new series called Legends of Colorado Wrestling. Our guest today is Bob Smith, the legendary coach at Wray High School and also at Fort Hays College in Kansas. Hi Bob, how's it going?
Really good, Tom.
Some of our listeners doesn't know about your background and how long you've been coaching. So why don't you talk about yourself a little.
Well, I started in Wray in 1958, and coached for 33 years in Wray, and then went to Hays in 91 and coached till 2000 there. Had 9 years there, so I had 42 total years of coaching. I'm here at the state tournament. This is my 70th consecutive year at the state tournament.
State tournament this year is held at the Southwest Motors Arena in Pueblo. A little different from the Pepsi Center.
Very different.
In the pandemic of the COVID, and everybody's trying to make the best of it. How do you think the tournament's going so far here?
Well, it's going well. I don't like the 8-man bracket. I wanted 16. In a way, I said that it set us back 40 years. I fought to get in 1978 to get 16-man brackets, double elimination, 6 places scored, and now we're back to 8-man and single elimination. And, well, I guess it's not because it's 6 places scored, but got to accept it because of the COVID this year.
Right.
I hope it doesn't last beyond this year.
And another thing they're doing differently is the finals aren't on one mat. They're doing finals on 2 mats. In my opinion, they're not really highlighting the kids here as they should be.
Have to agree with you wholeheartedly. We needed to be maybe at 4, 5 different sites because of girls in Denver area, and maybe look forward to next year, maybe go to 5 sites, different high schools, and then go on to the finals at the Pepsi Center and have a real final.
That way they have a bigger crowd and a lot more noise. I mean, the noise here is limited because you have a limited number of
it is
people here, spectators,
right,
and just coaches. So let's go back to your being a legend. Being around the sport for a long time kind of makes you a legend, and also coaching at one school for 32 years.
33.
30 what?
3.
33 years. Yeah. How many state titles and how many state champions did you produce out of there? And what was the program like, and how did it change?
Had 10 state titles, 7 runner-ups, and 2/3. Total state champions, gosh darn, you're asking me something I can't remember. I think 30-some. It was a great program, great place to raise kids, great place to get, people got behind it, they loved wrestling, and they still do. Matt Brown is doing one heck of a job now. Picked it up again. It had fallen down. They hadn't won a state tournament in 30 years until they won it 3 years ago. They won it 3 times straight. This year is going to be tough on them. They lost the boy to COVID. They had 8 qualifiers. Probably could have won it with 8. 7 right now. They're in second place. We're going to play 6 out of 7. I don't know how it's going to end up.
So what have you been doing being involved in wrestling since you got done coaching?
I've been working this state tournament for 20 years. I do all the Colorado records for the program. With Bert Borgman, I put it on a thumb drive, and he even came to my house this year and picked it up, got it on his computer, and I don't see a program here, but I'm sure there was a program online or something. But it has all the records and everything. For teams, no, I don't do the takedown and all that kind of records, just the records for teams and the things that I've done for families, the family history of wrestling. I tried to get a number of state champions each family has the best I can and stay with it that way.
And we were talking earlier, who has the most state champions in what family?
I think it's the Grays from Olathe. I have to go back to it, but I don't have it all with me right now, but I will be working on it next week.
Yeah. You said you thought they had 11, and then
I believe that's correct.
Then the next family.
Fixes are real close with 10. The Guerreros are in there somewhere. Can't think of all of them, but Turner's over at Meeker up in there. Keelers are going to come up because they might get 2 champions again. That's grandson to Dave Keeler, are the Collins boys from Wray. So I watch it every year to try to find out, and I talk to the Meeker coach. He's got some Turners on his team, Bill Turner, of course. We'll add to that eventually, but this year they're not getting a champion that way.
Right. Being involved in wrestling as much as you've been, what changes have you seen, better or worse?
Oh, I think better, Tom. I think wrestling's the kids are better. They're just getting better every year. They're doing more, summer wrestling. They're doing more. Their technique is just, they're better anymore. I really believe that.
Yeah. Changes in the mat, changes in.
Oh yeah, mats and.
Because I can remember going back and wrestling on the old horsehair mats, or putting a cover on the on the Nissan mats.
I did that for many years. My first few years of coaching, we got one of the first Resolite mats in Wray, and of course you threw up an egg, non-boiled egg, not boiled,
right?
Raw egg, and it wouldn't break when it came down. You had to prove that. Depending on how high you threw it, probably, but
right.
the Resolite was really something.
Yeah. So you keep following Ray's program and backing them up?
Oh yes, yeah, I do. We're getting a lot of traffic going through here.
Yeah, we got traffic going through here and everything else.
Yeah.
What else is going on your life? And you've been around with a lot of other legends around.
Yeah, I miss Torgy. He passed, Arnold Torgerson. Of course, Jerry Moore. He and I went to the national tournament every year. Probably not going this year. I've been to quite a few, 46 nationals, I think. And like I say, this is my 70th year here. I wrestled in 52, 53, and 54. And I just enjoy watching. I'm going to go to the world team trials for the Olympics, of course. I think that's going to be the best wrestling I could see this year.
Yeah. So with the state tournament being a 3-day tournament, girls on one day, 2A and 3A on today, which is Friday, and then 4A, 5A. Where do you think the best wrestling is in what division or classification?
You don't have to ask that. I think Pomona's the best team they've ever had. I really do. I think this year is the best team they'll ever put on the mat. Not ever, but the best they put. This is the best year for them.
Right. They put 13 on the mat.
Yeah.
Qualifying for the state tournament this year.
And they are probably the best team. Wray wrestled Pomona. They wrestled Cheyenne Wells, or Cheyenne Mountain, Pomona, and Eaton, I think, all three. And they, that is a great, because Cheyenne Mountain, I think, is probably up there in 4A, and 5A Pomona, and then, of course, 3A. I think Eaton could win it.
Right.
So, they want to wrestle the best, and that's what I always want to do. You don't shy away from anybody. You want to find out who's tough.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Stuff.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for your time, Bob.
You bet, Tom.
So, other things I've noticed that you've done, well, before we head out, some of the other things I've noticed that you've done, you are in the Colorado Hall of Fame for wrestling, and you're on the board. What do we have going for the Colorado Hall of Fame?
Well, we had COVID stopped us from our inductions last May, so we're going to try to do those inductees in September if possible. That's our goal this year. We did get the high school kids that are all our state awards out. We did that individually, took it to different communities and all that. But we need to get our national people recognized from last year. So it's put off. Hope to have in September and then go on from here with this COVID thing.
Well, I thank you for your extra time that you put in doing that, and your time you put in on the history of wrestling and keeping all the records.
You bet. It's my pleasure. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it.
You know,
somebody's got to keep, these records have to be kept somewhere and carried on. I'm not going to be around forever.
Oh, I think you'll live long time.
Already 85, Tom. That's funny.
Well, I thank you again. I thank you for your time. You are a legend in Colorado for wrestling. And this is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado. Thank you.
Thank you.